Welcome everyone. Welcome Stryd community. Today we have a very exciting live stream for you and the reason for that is we have two incredible new innovations to talk about, share, discuss, and showcase for you. And we are even going to be doing a demo today at the end, so stick around for the demo. What are the two incredible new innovations? So let's take a look here. First, as we've heard about, if you've read the blog post, you've seen the social post, our video, Stryd Duo. What we've done is we've enabled you to take your next-gen Stryd, grab another next-gen Stryd, and pair them to create a Stryd Duo. And this is already available for orders. So if you have a next-gen Stryd, you want to get a second next-gen Stryd, or if you want to place a new order for a Stryd Duo, head over to stryd.com/store and place your order now. And the reason I'm bringing that up now is stock is limited. We're going to be shipping that out starting from tomorrow, getting in your hands, and the features for the Stryd Duo will be launching in early November. So it's incredibly exciting. It's coming very soon. And if you have the Stryd Duo and you have the Stryd membership, the second incredible innovation is Stryd Footpath. Stryd Footpath, here's a screenshot of the tool, and we will be doing a demo of the Stryd Footpath at the end of the broadcast, so stick around for that. So let's take a look at some of the really key details here of the Stryd Duo. First are the new dual-sided metrics with Stryd Fidelity for the first time. So some of these metrics, we have 5 new metrics. Some of these might be familiar to you. Ground contact time balance and vertical ratio. These are metrics you might have seen before if you've ever used dual-sided metrics before with a different product. But for the very first time, we're bringing Stryd Fidelity to these metrics. So we're bringing Stryd's incredible accuracy and fidelity to both ground contact time balance and vertical ratio. So that's brand new. And then we have 3 new brand new metrics that haven't been seen before. And that is vertical oscillation balance, leg spring stiffness balance, and impact loading rate balance. So likely you've seen your vertical oscillation. If you're an existing Stryd user, you've seen your leg spring stiffness, and you've probably seen your impact loading rate if you're using the next gen Stryd. And now we're bringing that to both sides of the body. So we're tracking leg spring stiffness on both sides, impact loading rate on both sides, and vertical oscillation on both sides. So what are the primary big use cases of these metrics? Vertical ratio. Can be a great way to help you gauge your running efficiency. It's your vertical ratio divided by your stride length. This gives you an idea of how much, basically your upward motion versus your forward motion, a ratio of that. So as I said, some runners use that to help gauge running efficiency. And the 2 big ones are the very Stryd specific metrics are the leg spring stiffness balance and the impact loading rate balance. The leg spring stiffness, this has a great use case for performance, understanding how stiff you are on one side versus the other side. And stiffness in this scenario is a very good thing because stiffer springs recycle more energy. So if you're very strong, you're going to recycle more energy. A higher leg spring stiffness is a good thing. And understanding how that translates on both sides of the body can be a great avenue for understanding your performance, understanding what side of the body might be a bit stronger, is recycling energy better, and what side maybe needs some strengthening. And the next metric here is impact loading rate balance. And this is incredibly useful for stress management. Managing load on your lower body. The lower body stress score is what impact loading rate turns into, and understanding your second by second impact loading rate. This can be very useful for stress management, one side versus the other. So you can learn, am I accumulating more mechanical stress on one side of the body versus the other? And now you can find out with these new metrics. Let's go to the next. Let's see what's next here. Next, power accuracy. The Stryd Duo adds power accuracy. So you get this added power accuracy without sacrificing responsiveness, which is always that trade-off of accuracy versus responsiveness. But with Stryd Duo, there is no trade-off. You get the improved accuracy without sacrificing responsiveness. And this specifically applies to the power metric, the form power metric, and air power. So all 3 of these are going to benefit from improved accuracy without sacrificing responsiveness. And all these incredible new benefits, this is available once you pair that second next gen Stryd pod. So if you have a next gen Stryd pod, you get your hands on a second next gen Stryd pod. Within in early November, we're going to be shipping an update to the Stryd mobile app. You'll be able to pair these and benefit from this improved accuracy and these new metrics. Next, let's take a look at Footpath. What are the benefits of Stryd Footpath? And Stryd Footpath is a brand new tool that we are introducing as part of Stryd Duo. Stryd Duo plus the combination of Stryd membership enables you to produce the Stryd Footpath. And this is a screenshot of the tool from the Stryd mobile app presenting a side view of the Footpath. And side view is not the only visualization you get access to. You also get access to the back view. Imagine you're watching a runner running in front of you. You're seeing now that footpath tracked from the back view and also the top view. And you can see in the corner we have these reference images in the bottom right-hand corner to kind of give you that sense of perspective, looking at what you're looking at when you're looking at the footpath. So this is an incredible playground, so many different things to explore here. What are the use cases of looking at your Stryd Footpath? And we have some really groundbreaking use cases here, which you can read more about in the blog post at blog.stryd.com. And the 5 major groundbreaking use cases we have are injury, fatigue, drills, footwear, and performance. And I know there's a lot of questions on how these all work. We're going to be doing a demo to showcase the impact of footwear on your footpath. And I'll be doing a demo on that shortly, but there's going to be a lot of content we're going to be releasing in terms of webinars, in terms of blog posts, covering each of these use cases from real world examples and how you can, analyze your visual footpath and, make conclusions that'll help guide training decisions, equipment decisions to improve your performance, ultimately improve your recovery. And along with the groundbreaking use cases of the game-changing analysis. So we have incredible ways that you can visualize your footpath, including viewing those multiple angles of your footpath from top view, back view, side view, building your footpath repository across many different runs. So, this is incredibly useful in the case of the injury recovery case, having a history of, what you look like in a healthy state, building it up as you grow stronger and stronger. In the case of an injury, understanding comparing your new data against your old data pre-injury can be incredibly useful. So building that footpath repository is useful for all those use cases in terms of injury, recovery, footwear, drills, and performance. And we also have incredible comparison tools so you can compare your footpath within a run, which can be useful for the fatigue use case, and comparing it over time, which can be, as I said, useful for the injury recovery case. So let's just jump right into it. I know everyone wants to see how the tool works, and we're going to do a live demo on Power Center here. So I'm going to share an example of a footpath on Power Center. So this is what the interface looks like. I think everyone can see that. Here's what the interface looks like. And what I'm going to open up first is I just want to show you how this tool works, show you kind of what it looks like, what it feels like after you input that first footpath here. So I've already added a run. This is a run from just a few days ago. And adding this is ridiculously simple. Basically, all you do is just select the date on your calendar, select the run from that day, and it instantly loads in. And what you can immediately see here is I put the side view on and I put left path and right path on. So the left path is represented in this orange line and the blue line represents the right path. And here we kind of have a timeline of the run. So I can select the entire run and look at that average footpath over the entire duration of the run, and then also view the corresponding metrics for that selection on the right side here. So I've selected an 8-minute and 40-second section, and power average is 241 watts. And then just like you can do on Power Center, you can select different parts of the run, and you can see that footpath is updating instantaneously as I select different sections of the run. And here I can just drag across the run and see how the footpath changes over the course of the run here. So you can already see this is an incredibly fast, dynamic tool, super easy to use, the interface is going to be super familiar if you've analyzed any of your data on Power Center. And instantly we can just, really visualize how our run went. We can see, here's a running section, transitioning into, different sections around how that footpath changes. And as I talked about the comparison tools, so the comparison tool is very powerful. What you can do is just add in another run. And here I've specifically added the same run twice. So in order to demo this tool, I'm going to compare different sections of the same run to see how things line up here. And the use case I'm looking at today is understanding how shoes impact your run. So let me turn off the right path here so we can really just focus on two lines. One line is going to represent the first one shoe, and then the second line is going to represent a different shoe. So you can see I've selected this third repetition here of this run. And this third repetition was done with a kind of a standard foam running trainer, kind of your standard running shoe. And then the fourth rep of the same run, this was done with what most would call a super shoe, containing a carbon fiber plate and such. So this top run here, with the solid line, that is the standard foam trainer, and this dash line is the super shoe. I'm going to turn on the right path first here. So once again, this solid line is kind of your standard foam trainer, and this dash line is your super shoe here. And now we're visualizing what the footpath looks like in these two different shoes. And now we can already see some differences, and we want to kind of zoom in on this and understand how the shoe is impacting the footpath. And one of the things we did before, one of the pieces of data I looked at before coming in and analyzing this footpath was the ground contact time. And the ground contact time was around 5% lower in the super shoe. And we can kind of see how that lower ground contact time translates into the footpath. You can see that the super shoe, which is in the dash line here, this is coming off the ground much sooner, and we can see that reflected in the footpath, where the foam trainer, that's staying on the ground for a longer time, about 5% longer, as I looked at with the ground contact time. And we can see how this impacts the entire footpath. So since the ground contact time is longer, since the ground contact time is shorter, the foot comes off the ground sooner, it comes off with more energy. So we can see it here in the dash line, and that causes the back kick to be higher, and that causes there to be more swing, and that also causes there to be more knee drive. And ultimately, as we come down here to kind of the landing section of the footpath, the foot's coming down faster. It's leading to that biomechanical advantage, and it's helping the runner land more underneath their body instead of overstriding. So, one of the conclusions, and this aligns with the runner's personal feeling from this, is that the super shoe does offer an advantage, and the footpath backs that up here, and it showcases how that the super shoe leads to that change in the footpath and can ultimately lead to an advantage in that way. And here's the other cool thing we can look at. We can really see how, if we turn on the left path here, we can see how there's a difference from left versus right foot here. So, which also is it's going to be the case for many runners. There's going to be an asymmetry, and it's also consistent across feet. So whether we turn on the right path or the left path, we can see that in both cases, the super shoe has that higher back kick, and it's also landing on the ground sooner to instead of overstriding. So that's consistent across both the left and right foot. So that's just kind of one quick example on how you can kind of understand how external factors impact your footpath. And that's just the side view. If we look at the top view, we can see the same thing reflected here. So Once again, that dash line is the super shoe and the solid line is the foam trainer. And we can see there's more excursion for the super shoe where the foot's coming out wider. And the reason for this is that there's more energy, there's more back kick. Um, and when there's more energy, that causes the foot to swing out wider, which it helps back up that fact that there is more energy being recycled. And we can also see the same thing from the back view here, where we can see that foot is coming out wider as well. So once again, I just want to give a quick example of how gait can change even in the same conditions, just as a result of changing one variable. And you can already see the incredible potential in this tool from just this one example. So we're going to have a lot more to showcase on Footpath in the upcoming days and weeks, giving more examples, showing how different factors change, and before all of you ultimately get the Stryd Duo in your hands and record your own footpaths. So as I talked about earlier, the Stryd Duo is available for order today. You can go to stryd.com/store and place your order. Get ready to pair your next gen Stryds together to create your Stryd Duo in early November, and embark on your journey. Start collecting your footpath and embark on your journey to collect that footpath repository to start improving those game changing analysis with the Stryd footpath tool. And we have incredible deals. For both new and existing Stryd users. So if you already have the next gen Stryd, you just need one more next gen Stryd pod. We have a 20% discount code. If you go to your power center, you can get that code, help you get that second next gen Stryd pod to create your Stryd Duo. And then if you don't have any Stryd pods, or if you have a previous gen, you can also just buy the new Stryd Duo bundle, which offers Stryd at our best price. To get that Stryd Duo and the Stryd membership, so you can create your Stryd footpath. So short presentation, short example of the footpath tool. We're going to take some questions and answer those. So I know I already have a number of questions coming in, so I'll just take what I have already. A question from TJ that says, if you already have two Stryd foot pods, will there be a firmware update that allows for Duo functionality? And the answer to that is yes. In early November, there'll be an update to the Stryd mobile app. You'll be able to pair two next-gen Stryd pods together and create that Stryd Duo. The next question is, can I use one Stryd Wind and one next-gen Stryd to create my Stryd Duo? And the answer to that is you need two next-gen Stryd pods. So we're leveraging the upgraded sensors and upgraded memory in the next-gen Stryd in order to create this footpath. All those incredible new hardware updates we made to the next-gen Stryd are required in order to enable this functionality. So you will need two next-gen Stryd pods. And since you already have one, you can get a great discount by visiting your power center. Question from Kay. It says, it looks like the only offer for buying the Duo pair is with a membership. What about those of us who already have a paid membership? So if you already have the Stryd membership, you definitely still want to consider buying that membership bundle. And the reason for that is, if you buy the membership bundle while you already have the Stryd membership, your existing Stryd membership is just moved to a new monthly rate, and you receive credit for any time remaining on your membership. So you can still get those reduced rates and just sign up for a new Stryd membership, and it'll just transition from your old membership to your new membership. So if you have any questions about that, just contact us using the support widget in the bottom right-hand corner of stryd.com. Create a conversation with us and we can help confirm that. But if you already have a membership, you probably do want to check out that Stryd plus membership bundle or Stryd Duo plus membership bundle. Question from Kathleen. Good to see her, Kathleen. I have a current Stryd. If I purchase a second next-gen Stryd pod and connect them, is a membership required for Footpath? And the answer to that is yes. You'll need both the Stryd Duo and the Stryd membership in order to get Stryd Footpath. Question from Trevor that says, I am assuming that you can unpair the Duo to make single next-gen Stryd pods. So yeah, if you create a Stryd Duo, you can always turn those back into just normal next gen Stryd pods as well. A question from Nick Donaldson. This is interesting. I wonder if this will be like having your own running analysis constantly. It would be cool to see if one leg is stronger than the other during running. And that's one of the great use cases is trending those dual-sided metrics, and you'll get really great insight into trends like that. Understanding leg spring stiffness balance, how that trends over time. Understanding if for example, let's say you're very balanced in leg spring stiffness on both sides, and then one side, the leg spring stiffness starts increasing, that could indicate that one leg is becoming stronger. A question from Learning Fast. Will Stride Footpath show an average path for a run, or do you have to look at an individual instant from a particular run? So, as I was showcasing in the tool here, I can just select the entire run and I'm going to get the average for that entire run. And then if I want to compare against a certain section of the run here, I can just add a comparison in here. So here I've selected that last rep and I can see how that last rep compares against the entire run. So we're giving runners really awesome tools to basically do anything you want. When you have these incredible comparison tools and time selection tools, you can really dial in on practically anything you want. Comparing a section of run against an entire run to see how it changed. So those are the big. Oh, let's see here. Okay, so another comment from Learning Fast. Awesome. This data will be incredibly useful in comparing different shoes and how the runner responds to fatigue. So awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, the book's entirely open. There's so many different things to learn. So many different runs you can do. Running on the treadmill is going to give you incredible insights for controlling the environment and changing speed or changing shoes, seeing how that impacts your footpath, changing surfaces. Um, might also produce. I mean, you can change practically any value and then see how that impacts your footpath. It's really just an open book on what you can learn and what you can experiment with. And we can't wait to see what everyone ultimately accomplishes. And that's going back to the point of kind of building your repository. That's so critical because understanding your baseline, collecting all the data you can, that's just going to help unlock insights faster and unlock deeper insights as you continue to run. So I see there's some other questions here. If you have a question I was not able to answer, just send that to us at stride.com. Create a conversation with our team, and myself or another team member will help answer that question and get you all the information you need. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Once again, if you are interested in Stryd Duo, go to stride.com/store and place your order now. Stock is limited. We'll be getting those out as soon as possible ahead of the release of the features. So when the features do release, you'll have your pods available. You can just update and then start collecting data that same day. And for anyone going to the New York City Marathon, I'm going to be in New York City Marathon, so I hope to see you there. We're going to have other team members there, so come see us at the Stryd booth at the New York City Marathon. If you want to purchase a next-gen Stryd or purchase a Stryd Duo, we'll have that for sell there as well. So just a reminder on that. That's all I have for today. We'll be having more live streams, so subscribe to the Stryd YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, join the Stryd community on Facebook if you want to discuss these new features, and we'll keep the conversation going there. Thanks for joining, everyone.